Hello, beautiful Aquarius. I hope you guys are doing well. This is going to be a general message for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the first 2 weeks of September. So I'm going to pull a couple of crowning messages. I'm going to pull a Celtic cross spread with a few Cat Tarot qualifiers. And I'm going to be talking about the astrology while I pull and talk about the crowning energy. If you don't want to listen to the astrology part, or you don't care about the crowning energies quite so much, and you'd rather get right into the core of the actual Celtic cross spread, feel free to fast forward until you see me pulling those cards, okay? Because everybody's different, right? We don't all like the same things. Some people love the messages, others don't. And of course, guys, feel free to check out any of the great readers we have here on YouTube if your energy does not jive with mine, okay? All right, let's pull Wisdom of the Oracle, Serendipity. Lovely. Like that for you. All right, so let's pull the crowning first. And we have a lot of stuff going on in the sky, my friends. We really do, especially this first week. Oh, that does not want to come out. The first week, we have 5 trines the first week. All great for bringing things to fruition or at least moving things forward. Lots of work. I feel like a lot of us are just very busy at work, focusing on details, working towards something. Just want to be mindful about criticism, right? It can be an issue. You want to be careful. We have that Sun and Mars conjunct in Virgo and Venus in Virgo, square Jupiter and Sag. So on the 2nd, that's on September 2nd, you just want to be a little mindful of that, you know, whether if you're getting a lot of criticism or whether you're giving a lot of criticism. It's just something we want to be mindful of, okay? And we have the drum. It's beautiful from the Shaman Oracle. Okay, so why don't we talk about the rest of what's going on in the sky and discuss the crowning energies first, and then we'll pull the other cards for your Celtic cross. So yeah, we have this heavy Virgo influence going on here. So on the 4th and the 7th, we have Mercury and Venus in Virgo opposing Neptune and Pisces. This is going to make a lot of us feel a sense of disillusionment and almost feel, in a sense, defeated. But just understand it may not be real. You really want to align with what's happening in real time, in reality, with your feelings during this energy, because Neptune really is about often tapping into so much the higher consciousness that a lot of energies and things that we feel are actually not coming from ourselves in our own life, right? So we really want to be in tune with that. If we're concerned about something, it might not be real. You know, because your life might be going along perfectly well and you might be feeling this. Then moving forward into the 2nd week, we do have 3 more trines, which is great. But the 2nd week does bring a couple of squares and oppositions that might make you feel very overworked in some way, or at least feeling some sense of resistance. And this is because Saturn is preparing to go direct on the 18th. And he's still like this old man Santa Claus, right? Sorting out his naughty and nice list of karma, right? So he's just hanging out waiting. He's waiting right now, right? He's moving very slow, really working out that karma cleansing and to clean out and, you know, create a foundation for the new. And we also have on the 13th into the 14th, depending on where you live, the full moon at 21 degrees Pisces. So, you know, this is a Sun in Virgo, trine Pluto in Capricorn, Mars in Virgo, opposing Neptune in Pisces. And what does all that mean? Well, Pluto in Capricorn, that's about transformation. Let's go. I want to change. Mars in Virgo. Let's go. Let's go. I want to change. But then we have opposing Neptune and Pisces. It's like, hold on, guys. You know, let's take a chill pill. Hold on. We have to think about this. Let's look, you know, under it and around it. And is this kind of like lack of clarity with the Neptune and Pisces? It's this smoke and mirrors kind of energy. At the same time, we have Saturn isn't direct yet. So we have this very strong energy pull to go forward, but then we have these breaks that are pulling us back. Just something that we need to be mindful of right now, okay? So we'll work how that might work, you know, how it might show itself in your cards as we go along. But let's first deal with the Shaman Oracle, which is the drum. And this is a really great card for everything I just said, because this energy invites you to take the next step in your journey. So Aquarius, I feel like a lot of you guys feel very strongly this next chapter of your life has begun, probably really over the course of this past year, but especially during this Cancer Capricorn eclipse that hit in July. And that narrative is not going to be done playing out, as we've been discussing, until next July. So you're really feeling this next and final leg of this phase kind of starting right now. A definitive next step in your journey. And this energy is really... it's aligning, you know. This might sound very dramatic, but it's like the forces of heaven and earth are aligned behind you right now, supporting effortless action. This is not a time to push against things, right? Don't push against things, because the current of this energy is going to take you exactly where you want to go, but you have to engage. You know, so get your courage together, because it's going to be a wild and beautiful journey, but you really need to allow yourself to be carried by the rhythm of what's really essential in your life right now. You know, and don't be afraid of it, Aquarius. Understand and just accept that you travel to the beat of a different drum. You just do, right? And it's a time to acknowledge that you don't fit, and be proud of the fact that you don't fit into a certain mold or role or relationship that's not in tune with you. It's very difficult for an Aquarius to stay in something that they're not in really tuned into. It's very hard. So it's about you finding your rhythm, respond to the heartbeat of that distant drum, right? That feeling that you feel kind of far off in your soul. You want to respond and respect that. Respond to that and respect it. Because if you don't, if you linger around, if you have analysis paralysis with anything, if you don't push yourself forward with each passing day, that's only going to end up working against you. So, because now is the time to move on and take those chances and develop those relationships and give that job a shot and refocus your energies if you're going back to a new semester. Do things different. You know what you're worth, right? Push your life forward very clearly in the way that it's meant to move into. Because if we have serendipity from the wisdom of the oracle, this is about opportunity, readiness, awareness, synchronicity, luck and good fortune appearing as signs and symbols. Beautiful. Almost like a magical alignment of events here. This is great. You know, it's like you've stepped into alignment with the greater good. So now is the time for like luck and preparation to meet, right? Just to create these miracles that are meant for you. You just want to keep in mind that you are a channel for providence right now, as a higher energy uses you as a force on behalf of all of the energies and all of the world around you. You know, like your fortune becomes everyone's fortune. Everything that you bring into being now will leave a great legacy for others in the future. So your service to the world is being supported at this time. Expect the unexpected. All really good stuff, you know. And for those of you in relationships, not everyone is in that space, but just know that Spirit has a plan, and that plan is to place you in front of the right person at the right time. And getting a lot of you have met or are about to meet someone vitally important to your journey, someone Spirit who really wants to bring into your life. You know, it's almost like it's out of your hands, right? There's, I'm feeling like it's very faded. There's a very faded quality about this. Be very careful to pay attention to the signs, though, right now, because you're definitely in the right place at the right time. Be grateful that the stars are lining up for you in this space. You know, I really like this. Now, for those of you, this is a general message, so I do have to give what else I'm getting. Now, for others of you, I'm getting that you believed in something that you felt was completely meant for you that ended up falling apart. And this card, this energy, wants you to understand that sometimes synchronicity and serendipity come together to lead you directly into difficulties in order to deliver an important lesson that you need to learn before you hit the jackpot, before you have that beautiful manifestation that you have a picture of in your heart. So don't try your best to not get caught up in the drama of disappointment. There really is a silver lining in this cloud if you're resonating with that. The Spirit always knows what you need and is guiding you to where you're meant to go. So you really want to pay attention to the signs being presented to you at this time. But either way, beautiful stuff. Okay, let's put that over there for a second. Okay, so let's get right into this. I did shuffle before camera, but let's do a last one. Okay. Messages Aquarius needs to know. First 2 weeks in September. Messages Aquarius needs to know. Bottom of the deck energy. Queen of Pentacles, yay. You know what, let me pull some of these. Temperance, 4 of Pentacles. Let's see if I can't work those in some way. Okay, so your situation right now, the Empress. Yes. Crossing you, 3 of Pentacles, beautiful. It's all about building. Ace of Wands reversed. I still like it. Okay. Foundation, we have the 5 of Pentacles. I like it in the reverse, better than the reverse. Your past is the Devil. Your near future is the 4 of Cups reversed. 7 of Wands reverse is you. The Hermit is what's external to you, an external influence. King of Wands is your fear. Ace of Pentacles in reverse is your outcome. Interesting. I'm getting a lot of fear here, Aquarius. What are you so scared of? What are you so scared of? You're starting off with the Empress. We love the Empress. The Empress is the mother of the zodiac, of the tarot rather. She's perpetually pregnant. She's always cultivating and nurturing and bringing something to fruition, to birth something new, to move us forward, right? Beautiful, beautiful energy. Okay, let's just pull a few for your outcome. We'll pull. Okay, let's get these cards out of the way. And let's see what we have. All right, so like I said, the Empress is the mother of the tarot. I like this. This is about things being birthed right now, things being worked on. Very serendipitous. Very serendipitous. I do like that. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, and I feel like the Queen of Pentacles kind of works nicely with this, because the Queen of Pentacles is all about understanding in reality what's needed to move things forward, to have a healthy foundation. It can be Pentacles. It can also just be understanding how you guys need to connect to a certain situation, be it a job, be it a relationship. It doesn't matter, because it represents mental health, physical health, the ability to be supported, the ability to be supportive. If it has to do with work, it's about being properly compensated. It's just about anything that would help build a foundation in a way that we can fully communicate with and understand. Okay, so I do like that. This is a great situation. And then to have the 3 of Pentacles crossing, beautiful. This is the Architect card. So, you know, 1 pentacle is you, 1 can be another person, and then the 3rd is that foundation that you're building. Or this could be one side of you, this can be another side, because we all have, you know, duplicitous in ourselves, right? We want to say duplicitous sounds negative, but 2 sides, right? More dichotomous. And you building a foundation for yourself. So it doesn't have to be that you're with someone, but it can be this new thing in your life. It can be you becoming established in a new job. Be a new career. It could be a new major. Maybe some of you are starting off on a new degree in school. Some of you are really working on developing a foundation or deepening a foundation, or strengthening rather would be a better word, the foundation of a relationship that you're involved with. Now, crowning you is the Ace of Wands. So this is telling me, and again, you know, just because of this Neptunian influence we have and how Saturn is kind of making us feel held back, none of us are going to feel like we have all of the information, right? So we have this Ace of Wands. In the upright, it's completely positive. It's the right hand of God giving us the will to move forward in a situation, right? Really giving us the gumption and the energy to move something forward. And with it in the reverse, there's a level of stagnation here. There's delay. There's something that's delaying it. And I feel like it has something to do with the foundation energy here with the 5 of Pentacles. So we have the 5 of Pentacles here is like a massive tap on the shoulder to say, look up, things aren't as bad as they seem, okay? you know, you have support, you have everything that you need. Why are you choosing not to see it? Because there is this level of not wanting to see it. And I feel like that goes with this Four of Pentacles reverse energy. So we have the 4 and then the 5. And the 4 of Pentacles, 4 upright is about, well, first of all, it's about having everything that you need. And some people call it the miser card, right? Because of how tightly the pentacles are being held on to. But in the reverse, there's a meanness about it, almost like an unwillingness to give a situation what's required. Okay? And this inability to see what's right in front of either you or someone you're dealing with. This might be their fear, and you just feeling like they're not able to see how good something is right in front of them. Okay, because again, like I always say, Pentacles is money, but it's also mental health, physical health, you know, you call, you know, fill in the blank. But the 5 of Pentacles is telling me, as your foundation in the reverse, you are not seeing everything clearly. And guys, honestly, that's okay. It's a minor arcana. Forgive yourself, especially because of what's going on with the Neptune influence in the sky. But then we have this 4 of Pentacles. And so this tells me that there's something that you feel is either unfair or somebody is not contributing in the way that they should be to a relationship or a situation. So this could be you not feeling supported. Maybe you don't feel supported in a certain way, and that's why you're in the 5 of Pentacles energy, because you're realizing that while you have the will to move forward in something and you really do want it, right? You want it, something is being held back and you're feeling it, and it's really making you struggle with feeling connected to this person or the situation completely. Now, with the Devil in reverse, as your past energy, the Devil can be all things. I'm not going to say all things negative. Obviously, right in the most mundane level, it can mean addiction, it can mean substance abuse, alcohol abuse, an over-reliance on food for comfort, shopping therapy for comfort, anything that can ultimately end up creating an issue for you later on. But at the same time, it can also just be very negative thinking. So the Devil energy can often be an issue because of insecurities from the past and just such a fear of taking chances, such a debilitating fear to move things forward because of things from our past, things we know to be true from our past. So it can be past heartbreaks, it can be maybe you were just raised in a really negative space, and you know, you're still carrying that negative false narrative in your mind, right, in this past. And it was getting in the way of you creating things for yourself. It was creating this negative thinking, or this negative whatever it was creating a lot of blocks in your life, right? And then, because then we have the Temperance reverse, and Temperance on the upright is the alchemical card, right? It's about mixing two set of ideas, two set of beliefs, two set of something to create something that's healthier and more unified, right? It's such a healthy thing, healthy energy to get. But in the reverse, what this tells me is there's an unwillingness to compromise. There's an unwillingness when it comes to matters of the heart or the heart space. So this can be an unwillingness to work a job any longer, or an unwillingness for a boss to make adjustments to your position that you feel you really very much deserve. Or this can be you being involved in a relationship where you're both kind of entrenched in your egos and there's not this coming together or this meeting of the minds. It's not that the love isn't there. The love is there, but there's this stubbornness about it. And having the Devil energy in your past and this 5 of Pentacles reverse in the foundation, I am getting there's a stubbornness, there's a stubborn energy involved. And it's creating this 4 of Cups reverse energy. And the 4 of Cups energy is all about, it's very much the checklist card, always, okay? And it's always the result of some sort of disappointment or disillusionment, okay? Sometimes it can be seen as the card of somebody who's very bored, and they're thinking about, and they're just feeling very disillusioned and unhappy in the situation that they're in. Let's just say that. So that could be in a relationship, it can be in a job. That's the upright. And in the same way, the upright is also this checklist energy, which is also indicated in the reverse. The only thing with the reverse here is it's much more emotional, and you are recognizing, though, that whatever it was that you went through needed to happen. And it's this, you seeing this. Now, this doesn't have to be the ending of anything when I say what you've been through. This could just simply be an argument you had, or a situation that you were in, or something that this devil energy was responsible for, right? But when I say the checklist card, I mean, you establishing in your mind that you are only going to be with people and situations that meet certain criteria. And I guess to a certain degree that's healthy thinking, but there is something to be said for loosening up those borders and giving the humanity in someone a shot. You know, if they don't have all those boxes checked, it doesn't mean they're a bad person, kind of thing. But you holding quite fast to that checklist, you not being very flexible in certain ways. And really that's because you might not be as ready as you think you are to move forward in a relationship. You feel like you're very ready, but there's a scar or two that's still unhealed inside of you because of something that you went through in your past. And I feel like any of the negative, whatever we want to call energies that we've read so far, I have to tell you, I'm still feeling this very positive vibe. And I feel like any of the negativity is just based from your fear. Five of Pentacles reversed, that's fear. The devil energy, that's fear and insecurity. I mean, this is fear and insecurity. It's not real. Because I just having this as the situation and this crossing, the Empress energy is the foundation and the Three of Pentacles cross, that's outweighing everything else here to me. It just is, but you guys are scared, yeah, because here we have for you the Seven of Wands is reversed. Wands are well, and Seven is all about building, right? Really wanting to work towards that Eight of Wands energy, which is all about quick movement and, you know, digging down and creating this wonderful foundation. The Seven of Wands is all about really kind of rising above situations. Look at how tall he is compared to the ground, right? I always say that looks like a puddle, but it's a river. So the scale of this is just, you know, you being very much into, you know, working very hard to move things forward, but something is getting in your way. Something is pulling you back. Now, this can be the Saturn energy pulling you back and not your willingness to push forward, but you just feeling a lot of things right now creating this sense of delay in you. Now, the delay can be real in that you're working very hard, or your schedules are really weird, or whatever. Could be that. But it could also just be this feeling inside of you where you feel like, I want this, but I don't know. And that's those old insecurities and those old scars coming up, because we have you, the external influence, having the Hermit energy. Some of you might be dealing with a Virgo, but the Hermit energy is all about being your own counsel and really climbing inside your head and taking the mental space you need to try to figure it out. So I love this as an external influence for you. This is entirely positive, because this is you at some point recognizing that you really need to look at stuff. Because because in the Hermit energy, you're going to be able to splice out, okay, what's my fear and what's real, what's based on past scars, and what's just my insecurities, what is my hang up exactly? And really getting in touch with that in the Hermit energy, which I think is great. Because in your fear position, we have the King of Wands, Aquarius. There's this fear of moving forward. There's this fear of stability. There's this fear of really having what you need to move forward. That's what I'm getting here. There's this fear of there's this fear of having the stability, of it all going okay. Because then in the outcome, we have the Ace of Pentacles reversed. This is still positive. It just means delay. but it's still very positive. Like this is going to be your outcome card, but you're just feeling really insecure right now about your ability to give a relationship what it needs, to give a job what it needs, to get what you need, right? Because everyone's different, depends on the situation that you're dealing with. You could be afraid that you're not going to get what you need, that you're not going to be able to give what you need, that you guys are not going to stay connected mentally and emotionally, and all of these things you're fearing. And this is creating, and I'm getting that because of the King of Wands here in your fear position, but it's going to happen for you. Now let's look at these energies together. So we have the Five of Pentacles reverse. What did we have? We had this already here. It's a double Five of Pentacles. It's like now we're tapping on both of your shoulders, saying, turn around. Things are not as bad as you think. You have these fears. It's a fear. It's like a lot of you guys, I'm sure you've heard of what's called a poverty mentality, where it doesn't mean that you're actually poor. It's more in your mindset. You can be a billionaire and have that poverty sensibility, that poverty mindset. And it's created because of past issues, right? And that really is what the Five of Pentacles reverse means. So it's not real. Okay, and then we have the Nine of Swords. So the Nine of Swords is about self-imprisonment. You have yourself trapped in your own mind. And you're creating this level of anxiety, but it's in your own mind. It's internal. The truth of it is not external to you. So this is you trying to sift through, because swords are truth. So this is you trying to... See, I'm getting that a lot of you are actually creating your own narrative in your minds, and you're keeping yourself trapped in there. But it's not real. It's not real, because then look what else we got here. We got another Three of Pentacles card. I mean, this is about, guys, this is this is about the architect, the building, the establishing a foundation head and shoulders above anything else around you in your life. This is about building something through mutual respect, psychological support, emotional support, resources, you guys being there for each other. That is the reality underneath the Neptune, the Saturn still not going direct yet, the disillusionment that we're feeling, all of this disillusionment that you're feeling and this insecurity. It's not real, Aquarius. You have serendipity. This is fated. You are in very fated circumstances right now, or you are going into very fated circumstances right now over this next month. You either just got into very fated circumstance or you're going into, okay? But absolutely, and it's where you're meant to be, and it's to feed your destiny, and it's honestly so beautiful. But you just need to get in touch with how you might be, I'm not even going to say sabotaging, holding yourself back. Don't hold yourself back. Honor who you are with the drum. Definitely. But this is telling you to be bold, be courageous, and stop feeding into your fears. Yeah. All right, Aquarius, that is what I have for you right now. Heavy reading, but I got to tell you, I'm unbelievably positive underneath all of this. This is like minor stuff. And I just feel like you're responding to what's happening in the sky. Makes sense. All right, guys. Until next time, you take care. Bye-bye.